Hello everybody, welcome back to the Indie Spotlight. My name is Bear. Today we were looking at 6180 The Moon. It was released on Steam on September 19th after going through the green light process. This is the second game released on Steam by the co-creation of Turtle Cream and PokPoong games. I apologize if I am butchering the second pronunciation there. Both South Korean game studios. And they came together on this one. Not sure if they came together on their first release, which was Sugar Cube Bittersweet Factory. Another game that tried to take advantage, I guess, of a platforming element, a unique platforming element, and I'll show you more about what I mean there in a second. This is the options menu for those of you who may be interested in that sort of thing. Full screen is basically your only real controllable aspect here. There's not really a lot going on, so you'll have to forgive the, you know, lack of graphical options or anything like that. Again, I reiterate the fact that the Indie Spotlight is now more of a focus on games that I find that may otherwise be buried that I think deserve a bit more attention, because this one I actually really enjoyed. I picked it up kind of on a whim, and it was a good purchasing decision, I think. It's only $3.99, I believe, for the base price. It's currently on sale until about September 26th. If you want to pick it up for 15% off, you can get it for about $3.15. Really just kind of a minute difference there. You should get it at full price, along with the soundtrack, actually. If what you're hearing right now is at all appealing to you, you can expect quite a bit more of that as we get into the game. But nonetheless, let's no longer dilly-dally. Let me get in here and show you guys 6180 The Moon. I do want to restart my journey. I actually played through the entire thing in one sitting, and I should make a footnote of that. The fact that it is only about an hour and a half to 2 hours long, depending on your skill level for platforming games. So if you don't really like games that are short and sweet, I wouldn't highly recommend this one. But I think a lot of people can definitely see the value out of $4 for a game like this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the moon. What's happened? Where has the sun gone to? Even my light comes from his. Wherever he may be, I must go and find him. You started as the moon, and it kind of gives you a Thomas Was Alone sort of vibe. Not quite as lively as Thomas Was Alone, but it tries to assign some personalities to these inanimate objects, these ethereal characters, if you will. And as you can see here, this is the introduction to the core mechanic of the game. So this looks like a pretty basic run-of-the-mill thing up to this point, until you realize that your jumping is actually affected both by the top and bottom of the screen. So you're jumping through the top and bottom in order to get to the other side, and it takes heavy advantage of that and employs several other mechanics that really make it a very clever and very well executed idea, something that I really enjoyed. And these first few levels, of course, are just trying to basically introduce you to different elements without holding your hand, of course, which is something that is very admirable in games that have mechanics like this. Games that have unique mechanics that don't feel the need to really hold your hand the whole way through, to try to introduce you to the other factors behind what drives the game, what drives the puzzle platforming elements, excuse me. And I really enjoy that. I went through these first few stages. I think it was like the entirety of the moon levels. I basically felt as though I was just being taught how to handle certain situations, and there were very minimal intrusive pop-ups. There weren't that many things that said, hey, look at what you should do here, you should try this out, see how that goes. It was just like, hey, here's the screen, go nuts, figure it out, buddy, have fun. Of course, you can see the little white blocks are checkpoints there, so we gotta be mindful of that. Actually found myself needing the checkpoints quite a few times. Now, I want to point out this screen in particular as well, because I really enjoy how well they showcase their ability to fit a big, well, not necessarily a huge level, but a much bigger level than it would initially seem inside of one screen. They made it into probably 5 or 6 different elements of the level, combined, all condensed into one immobile screen, which is pretty fantastic in my opinion. Soundtrack, again, I gotta make a mention of the fact that it's just very ambient, very fitting for the kind of scene you're in. It's got that far outer space feel to it, which I really enjoy. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Elemental, actually, a game that I really harped upon back when that was released. Made a barely played video of it, actually, if you're interested in seeing such things. One of my favorite indie releases of the past few years, and can kind of get a similar vibe going for these two games. Ooh, I didn't think I could make that jump. Get a nice, not too destructive, not too heart-wrenching, shattering effect whenever you happen to lose out on the moon. Let's see. Can I remember how to make this jump? Actually, I'm not really sure I can. What if I were to do this? How about that? No, that's not gonna work. Uh-oh. Am I already gonna fail this early on? There we go. That's what we're supposed to do. Very nice. Yeah, it's not gonna be too difficult at the moment, but it is gonna be a little tricky for some of the situations. And I just love the way it looks so simple, but so many things are much more difficult than they initially appear. And 6180 the moon. I also couldn't tell you what the numbers mean, so I'll save you that question. If somebody can figure out the mystery behind 6180, I would certainly love to hear it. There's some kind of backstory to South Korean culture and the planets and the stars that has something to do with that number, maybe. Or it's just some random number. Could totally be the case as well. On to M9, nearly through the moon levels, I believe. We're just kind of skirting through, making our merry way. We'll get into a couple more of the mechanics, and then I'll probably leave you guys to fend for yourselves. Because again, it is not terribly long. I'll probably get through at least the first couple of sections, I suppose, couple of zones in this little tiny playthrough here. You can, of course, hit those from both sides, so good to know. Oh, goodness. Alright, a bit of a precision jump here, if I can manage to get back into that position. There we go. Also, multiple ways of approaching different stages, which I really enjoy as well. There's not one correct way to do quite a few of the ones that we see later on. So now we're making our way over to Earth. We'll get a bit more into something that I may consider the one of very few minor details that I'm not entirely fond of. We'll get into it right here, though. The moon arrives at Earth. At the Earth, rather. Moon, what are you doing here still? The Earthmen are in pain because the sun is not up. Be patient, dear. I am already traveling as fast as I can. By the way, do I notice you balding? Very polite question to ask, because the night is not ceasing. The people cut many trees to use as fuel for fire. What? You gave them all of your hair? But what did they ever do in return? Nothing, I suppose. Then why do you sacrifice yourself so much for them? That is a very fresh Prince of Bel-Air perspective. Truly, why should I care for them? So, you probably caught it. It's got a bit of a, message. And the phrasing, I guess, the writing, I would attribute it to translation. Of course, this is a South Korean-based studio, so perhaps the writing is a bit eschewed due to that entirely, but it also could just be a bit of a, I don't know, it's a little preachy when you get down into the brass tacks of things, but, you know, I had an easy time enough overlooking that, and I just focused entirely on the gameplay and sound and ambient experience I was having, so hopefully other people can feel the same way. Not have the message, I guess, thwart an otherwise supremely enjoyable experience. Let me get back into Earth 1 here. So, we're introducing another mechanic. As you can see here, we've got ourselves some bounce pads, which definitely affect things pretty drastically. You can, of course, just kind of ignore them entirely. And that's what I was talking about. There's plenty of ways to get through a single level. In fact, if you want, you can kind of just, like, take your chances with moving straight forward, not even needing to jump or anything like that, so quite the handful of different ways to approach it. I'm gonna die doing some things, of course, but might as well give it a whirl. Ah, there we go. Head on up. Ooh, we're gonna have to bounce off this guy here. Oh, can we get it? There we are. Perfect. So as you can see, there's the beginning, which is the moon section. We have the Earth section that we're currently playing through. Different way to get through this one here. I like this sounds, the synth tones produced by the bounce pads as well. I'm a fan of that. This is a fun one to do. Just go straight on through and you got it. Lovely. There's the moon zone, the Earth zone, I believe the Venus, then Mercury, and then finally reach the Sun. Some levels actually get pretty challenging. It's nothing too entirely complex. Certainly not reaching like, you know, Meat Boy levels of platforming difficulty here with 6180 The Moon, but it does get to be, you know, nothing that you're going to be able to dance through in the first try unless you're particularly adept at platforming games. Gives you a good challenge. Gives you a decent-sized challenge. This one actually, E6, gave me a little bit of trouble when I was first doing it. I think I should be able to get through it okay this time, though. A bit more of a handle on things here. There we go. Nice. And I'm going to wait until it shows us one more little element. Probably something that folks are bound to expect from games such as this, but nonetheless, do want to try to show it off here real fast. Let's jump through here. There we go. I'll do something like that. Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is a bit of a tricky one here as well. So you want to try to break away the platform right above the. Ooh, goodness. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. So it's very difficult actually to gauge what you actually need to do. Sometimes you need to be paying very close attention to things you're actually hitting as opposed to just kind of willy-nilly bouncing around. Oh goodness, yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this, man, holy cow. I want to try a different approach, actually. Let's see if maybe I can get in here. Nope, that's not gonna work out. You know what I could try, actually? Let's try this. If I can get in there. Then, maybe. There we go, yeah, that's what I wanted to try to get in there, okay. See, that's another fun little way to switch things up, right? I'm pretty sure as long as I just jump right on the edge of this one, no, it's got to be a bit more precise. Let's go ahead and jump through like that. There we go. Oh, careful. I want to create the endless loop. A few references to popular platforming games as well in the achievements listing for the game. So nice to see that they appreciate their inspirations. There we are. Alright, nearly through the Earth levels. I very well actually may cut us off pretty shortly here, because I don't want to spoil too much of the game. So let's go ahead and, oh, goodness. This should be the last Earth stage, so maybe let's just, cut ourselves off right at, maybe at the start of Venus here. Alright, nice and easy. There we go. And then we'll jump up on... Oh, gotta be careful! Gotta be very careful. You nick the edge and you are donezo. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, I'm struggling now. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. The nerves, the pressure of getting through E10. Getting to me. There we go. That's more like it. Then we want to jump in through there. There's our checkpoint. Very nice. We should just be able to... Oh, it's close. It's close, Cal. Thought maybe we could just bounce all the way over across like that, but... Probably gonna have to play a little safer. There we are. We did it! We're off to Venus. The moon arrives at planet Venus. Too engulfed in an enormous hand mirror, she does not notice the little rock ball. Oi, hello! I am looking for the sun. Have you seen him go anywhere? The sun? I have no interest in such matters. Eh? How so? All of us belong to the same solar system. Does that not matter to you? No, nothing matters except myself, of course. Now, if you are done, will you stop bothering me? Seems like the moon is on his own. And there we are. So we'll get into Venus here. And I'm going to hold off, actually, on showing you this element, because I'd like to allow you guys the ability to discover things for yourself. But nonetheless, this is 6180 The Moon. I really enjoyed it. I think you guys will too. Available for $4 on Steam. Currently on sale until September 26th for about $3.15. Go pick it up. I highly recommend it. You can also go straight to the source. Go to turtle-cream.com. You'll be able to find the direct humble link to 6180 The Moon there for $4. You can also get the version with the soundtrack for only $6, which I kind of wish I had picked up on my own. But that's it for this edition of the Indie Spotlight, guys. Hope you found something you like. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is Bear. I'll see you next time.